Hey there, Aries. This is Joy, ready to dive into some secrets with you. We're going into the middle of these card decks to find out what is hidden in plain sight and plain view, maybe even so commonplace that you forgot to make it avail it to yourself and see it as a benefit, okay? Now your moon card that was coming out in the shuffle is talking about communication is key. And the word that I got in meditation for you had to do with soaring. And it's saying that you're almost it's like you're an idea generator who gets people on board, and then these things take off. And behind this, it was talking about don't be afraid to see who you really are. Magnificent, divine. It's bringing to mind even a card from one of my other tarot decks where the feathers are fur. They're saying don't be limited by who and what you are in this world and the way you look. Maybe even like me, people used to think gray hair people were old and couldn't do anything. We know better now, don't we? And that's what they're saying to you, Aries. You know better now. What do you know better now? We're going to see. So I'm going to, the Hierophant and the Seven of Cups, talking about the decision is yours. No one's going to make you. It's like stepping out of the pushback against Uranus, that type of thing of feeling like made to do something. Maybe even some of that, the impetus that's getting you like jumping the gun, but getting into your instinct, which something is already out there for you to follow. It's you following that invisible force inside of you. Ten of Swords, cooking stuff up. All right, Aries, let's get into this. It's like you're trying to take me here and take me there and get me off track. Some of you might be having issues with your South Node, okay? Or the South Node of Scorpio right now. So let's first of all, just release that out. There's no need for distractions. It's all of a sudden like when you see the match lit, you're like, oh, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. But life, I'm telling you, your soul, yourself is bringing forward the thing that you want most first, the thing that lights you up the most, that actually kicks off the whole party, the whole celebration in your mind's eye. Okay? So they're saying, oh, my hairs are tickling me. They're saying to rest. There's still a book. It's the Nine of Pentacles. That's where it wants to split, but it's still taking it back to this Two of Swords, but we're not going to do that. Remember the hidden in plain sight? And so that thing is like doing away with that element of distraction that's been, oh, what a trip. Oh my. Okay, some of you may want to check out Aquarius. That's interesting. Aquarius had all the distractions and obligations and things like that just moved on out of the way, and it started to pull at the ancient rewards, the things that they've been waiting for long and strong. And I separate when I put my cards away. Like say I had 3 cards, I stick one here like this, the next one might go here like this. They get fully separated, okay? And now these two are coming out together, except this is what we're centering and focusing on. That element of sacrifice, of feeling bound to, and like this energy just forcing you forward, and you have to follow it. They're saying, stop, take a deep breath, inhabit. Stop, take a deep breath, and inhabit. Before you just start going off and following the first inkling that's coming your way, because there is plenty. But what it looks like is where these are all staring you flat and in the face, like this, like at the ice cream store, you're missing out on a bit of the element of time. Okay, and who had time? Time was Aqua as well. Okay. Because there's a lot that's coming to you as well. And they're asking you to receive first things first. Do first things first. And Capricorn learned to put themselves first. That's where it began to seal up the Ouroboros and create the completion, for retaining your wealth, your prosperity, your abundance, to give you something to grow in order to share, because this is charity showing up here. It's because like at the Ace of Pentacles, instead of just having one loaf of bread to share, you become a whole bread factory. Do you see what I'm saying? And they're saying, if you could just hold it for just a minute, hold your horses for just a minute, and let us present these to you one at a time. Well, let's see. How do you feel about that? We're going to get into how you feel about that. All right. One thing at a time, Aries. One thing at a time. But it's showing here, obviously, that brings in this generation, this union, this things being greater than you could ever think or imagine. Beyond, you could work your entire life and follow every great strike of a match idea, every catalyst, every spark, every whatever, and it still couldn't add up to this much of what is coming forward to you first. I hope that stirs some things inside of you there, Aries. What is coming to Aries first? And how does Aries feel about that? Let's see. I can see this coming out. Bone collector. That is some Capricorn energy coming on in here. The foundation and the structure. Because you can't decorate the house that hasn't been built on the foundation that hasn't been laid. So what they're saying is the reason why it's first things first is all of this goes together. Think of it like a chandelier. It all came in one box and one package, and you start at square one. It's step one. They're not backing you up. They're not taking you back in time. It's not that concept of time. It's about landing in the here and the now. So this could be with anything that you're trying to build in your life, a happy relationship, a flourishing business with that bread factory showing on up. You to bread, all right? Who's got the peanut butter and jelly? But Bone Collector, I love it. She's laughing hard here. So who's the house right after you? Some of you may want to check out Taurus because she has her hand on the 2. Definitely having to do with partnership, business, that type of thing is what is coming on in. So maybe you need funding. Maybe there's something where you need funding, or maybe you're great at marketing, but you need a product in which to market. So they're wanting you first things first to begin to open your mind and your belly, the possibility that someone else could be involved in this feeling that's stirring and rising up inside of you. Okay. Well, let's see what we got about that. Can you tell us any more about this feeling that's stirring up and rising up inside of Aries as we speak? I saw a rainbow. This bread store, this charity, this like impact on the world. Your mind's eye has a great idea, a great idea. Some of you might have endured some head injuries and things are a little bit harder. No, I have. So having to do technology or extensive reading or small fine print or things that perfectly align like that across a page, I can do it, but it's very taxing. So it's like, she's talking, okay, she's like match made in heaven, match made in heaven, match made in heaven. Because just as you're this spark, this fire, this flame, this initiation that you're like, pow, 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 you need a candle to put that match on because soon it would be out, right? This is that divine union that they're talking about because we can look down here at the bottom. It's also, this tower is showing a lot of the Lovers card and the Chariot coming on in. The 2 are going together in step and in synchronicity. And she's also talking about serendipity coming in for you, friend, meaning it will be obvious. It will show itself. It's not something you have to stretch for, or scratch your head for, or frustrate or finagle to try and put together. It's just going to be aha, epiphany. Oh, you might just be turning a corner, leaving the bathroom, and the idea strikes, that kind of thing. Or you see the big picture or the person in your mind of how this comes together. They might even reach out to you. But it's just that one of you doesn't see yet. One of you doesn't see yet. One of you's out thinking that you're out for a walk, doing your do that you always do, going along, just looking around and whatever. And you get struck by this. I want to look at what you get struck by before we see how you channel it. That bread store. Think about it, friend. Tell us what strikes Aries here. This fantastic idea. That is definitely the sticking point. Stepping into a new experience. I know you like that because you're like, okay, we can do the new. That gets me stirred up. That gets me excited. I want to lean in and see a little bit more of what this is. So let's get back into these. There you are. Intention. What are your intentions? What have you been intending? So that south node that was disturbing you, it's almost like it scattered you over time. Just this day I do this thing, and this day I do this thing, and on Monday I do this, and Wednesday I do this, on Friday I go out to eat here and do this and that. And it's just fragmented and disconnected and has lost its meaning, its universality, its hub, its purpose, it's you, its hub. I don't know who that is. We got a Southern Belle up in here or a Colonel or something. What has you inspired? What is your intention? What is it that you truly desire? Because it's talking about, remember up here, look how these resonate with each other. Do you see that? See the stem and see the light. I always say that like fireflies and firelight, that type of thing is like spirit's version of wishes, of dreams and desires coming true for us, where we blow on the wisher or the puffer or the dandelion and all the seeds scatter on out. Now, dandelions are known as the symbol of hope, the perpetual symbol of hope, the first thing to spring up after a long winter, okay? After a time of barrenness or despair and disappointment, because the days just kind of becoming the same. It's like, just like your mind's going, like a refrigerator or air conditioner running, right? And you're like, well, those are good. They hold my food. They bring me comfort. But they're like, there is so much more to you. You're the one who's asking for the affirmation card to come in that says, all that I seek is already within me. They're ready to stir you up so you can see how awesome-tastic you are. Now, that is definitely Gemini making up words right there. Splicing and dicing and moving it all together. Making all things new. All things new. You're about to hatch that new idea. I love it. It took the place of this. It's like, yes, it's going to be built from the ground up. And you get to witness it. And they're talking about that bread. It's whatever you dream or desire. Because bread is simply a foil. That means a carrier, like a tray, a foil, a thing that whatever you desire can go on it. You make it whatever you choose, and that can vary from day to day to day, and maybe that's why you're going into the general. And that's where some great epiphanies and ideas come from. That's where you see so many companies saying new and improved, right? It's that thing that begins to keep stuff updated and relevant to the society that we live and breathe in today. So they bringing back your spark, your awesome-tastic self, Aries. I love it. And I love you. And I hope you love yourself too. You can share, you can subscribe, and you can click that like button if you like, because you're already here. Why not? Help us rise to the top. But also, you can leave a comment down below and let me know you stopped by. I love you. I'm looking forward to hearing about this and seeing it in our world. Show up, Aries. Bye.